Taking a break from sailing videos, we decided to rent a barge and head off down to Oxford along the Brindley Canal. Some beautiful days, and Sarah thoroughly enjoyed it, although if you wait towards the end you'll see what happened. Home for the next 2 weeks. Yes, this is very nice. We've had this for 2 weeks, so this is our home for 2 weeks now. Looking forward to going down to Oxford, which is about 60 odd mile away. And yes, hopefully instead of sailing and being postponed all the time, we should be okay on the barge. Looking forward to the next 2 weeks. Sarah waits in anticipation, wondering what's going on. And our first hurdle is what they call a tunnel. To me, it's just a long bridge, but yeah, I suppose if you're not used to tunnels, then this is what you get. Less than 2 hours out, we moored for the night, making our next journey. Some beautiful bridges on this canal, some amazing views as well, really nice. And this was good. Who said you can't get lost on a canal? You only have to go in one direction. We arrived at these bridges and we knew there was a fork in it, but we went past to find the fork. And lo and behold, when we looked back, there was the sign to Oxford, so we had to reverse back and get back to the turn-off. After some amazing reversing over 5 boats, I surprised myself again by squeezing in between 2 more boats for our rest for the night. That was some doing, but we got there. A nice early start as we had 9 locks to contend with today, so Maggie's got her work cut out today. A lot of locks to deal with. Maggie's done a sterling job. Some work, that 9 locks. Mind you, it's better than Wigan. 21 locks. No, it's Bingley, 5 locks. 9 locks is a lot. Last lock for a while anyway. After all that hard work, Maggie deserved a drink, and Sarah needed a good rest. As we returned to the boat, we had a beautiful sunset. Amazing. Looking forward to the next day when we got up early and were greeted by a wonderful web just off to the other side of the boat. It was really nice to see the hard work, and the dew dripping off the web was absolutely fantastic. There was nice views as well. It was very still, very quiet, and time for another load of locks to come up, while Sarah just lazed in the sun, her usual position. Before we set off, we took Sarah for a walk around the village and then returned, while she sat and kept watch as we started our next batch of locks, with a few visitors who wanted some feeding, and then Maggie began the hard work again. All those locks, at least it was a nice sunny day today. This was one of the deepest locks on the canal, 12 foot deep. Last lock of the day, 5:30, up at Haywood on a Wednesday. It's the last lock today, and we're stopping at Lower Haywood. It'll be alright. Found another lovely place to moor up, and then we took the boat, took a walk around the local village, Upper Hayward. A beautiful village, it really is nice. Lovely thatched cottages. Everywhere you went there was a thatched cottage, and the pub was fantastic. We really enjoyed our meal there. Massive pies on a big bed of mash and lovely gravy. Being well fed, we returned to the boat and watched the sun go down yet again. Lovely night. Our first lock of the day. It's now 11 o'clock, and the engine's overheating all the time. Well, not the engine, the water temperature, running out of water. So we're going to try and make it to the next lock where the engineer is going to come out and see what he can do, see what we can do. It's 1 o'clock and we're at Pigeon Locks. We're not waiting to go down, we're waiting for the engineer. Well, Sarah just enjoys the sun and a nice comb. That's bliss for Sarah. Dog's happy we've stopped here. And then just waiting for this boat to come through now, and we'll be going down. Having had the engineer out, found a leak in one of the hoses. It wasn't evident. Took a while to find it, but he got there. And it's now 20 to 3. So we might make it to Oxford. I doubt it though. I need to stop a bit. We're actually on the river now. It's just coming up to 4 o'clock. This is the river, to the Chalwell. This has a traffic light system that tells you when it's safe to go. If it's in flood, obviously you're not allowed on. And then there's an amber warning, which means be careful because it's fast flowing. And then there's green, which means it's safe to go. And we presume this one was green because the lights weren't working. You think that it's given a direction which side to go under there, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Triangular lock. What about triangular? And the river goes off on that side. There's a weir down the other end. And we come through this side into this lock.
That's how you know it didn't make no.
5:30 and we're just stopped by the pub. Literally by the pub. 9:25 on Friday. Now we're leaving. We should have been in Oxford now, but we had the breakdown, so we're leaving. The Jolly Boatman, which was very jolly, the staff were excellent. Lovely meal, excellent meal actually. And they made me stuff that wasn't on the menu. They were very good to us. Sarah liked it there as well. We enjoyed there. Thank you, the Jolly Boatman. Can we say goodbye? second lock of the day. And I think this is the last lock before Oxford now. Entering Oxford now. This is, we're in the Oxford boundary. Although I haven't seen a sign saying welcome to Oxford. Loads of liveaboards here. This is Isis Lock, the last lock in Oxford. Unfortunately, I was hoping I could chain there. I was hoping I'd get round there, but it's 52 foot and I can't. This is 55 foot. I thought I would have made it, but there's a big beam over that side and I couldn't get through. Anyway, teaches to not listen. And now going through here onto the Thames, round the corner and back up again. And now we're headed back now to a mooring. The end of the canal. The end of the Oxford Canal, and that's your lot. Finally in Oxford, we had a good look round at some beautiful buildings. Certainly inside, I couldn't go inside unfortunately. Maggie went inside a few, but the buildings in Oxford are just stunning. It's really worth a visit. Some really nice places to go. The food there is fantastic. Lots of places to eat. There's an outdoor market where it's like a food market, and then there's an indoor market again, which has got loads of places to be. It's just incredible, the amount of architecture. We spent 2 days there wandering around looking at the sights, beautiful views, and we had good weather with the odd rain shower, only a small shower though. But yeah, some lovely food, lovely places to eat, and some very pleasant times there, very enjoyable. It's a place I'd like to go back to, maybe not by barge again, but certainly take the van down and have a good look round. But yes, and to be honest with you, the canal is really nice anyway. It is a nice canal system, although badly built. It was built by Brindley, and you can tell the difference between canals that Telford and Brunel built and Brindley, because this one was very poorly designed, and it followed the contours supposedly to cut out the locks, but there were enough locks in it where Telford would have taken you up a big flight of locks and down a big flight that you could get rid of all in one go, rather than like loads of locks every so often. But yes, continue around the streets of Oxford, and these are the colleges. It's funny, you know, if you watch University Challenge, you see all the colleges in Oxford. They're right in the centre of Oxford, which I was quite surprised at. And this is the exterior of the jailhouse, but that's not the jailhouse. But yeah, some lovely sights. And then we finished off in this lovely vegetarian restaurant, absolutely beautiful, right by the side of the canal, and then set sail the next day out of Oxford, making our way through, and then it poured down, and I mean poured so bad that literally we just got flooded out. And so we stopped. We're only like half a day out, and we were stopped by the first lock we came to, and this is the reason why. And we've stuck there. Well, that's one lot I don't think we're going through today. Right. Nobody's going anywhere. And that is really working there now. They've opened the culvert this morning, which was packed. But you can see it's coming out of there, something wicked now. And we're not going anywhere now. Doesn't bother me, Sarah says. I'll sit here quite happily. You can get on with it. No change, apart from a nice firm back. Tuesday. Bothered? Not me. This is the road. This is the road we're walking on. Not the canal. As we were stuck at Upper Hayward, we decided to take a look round, and it was just as pretty as Lower Hayward. This is, you can see the canal. These are all the boats now that are stacking up behind us as the river bursts its banks and starts to come over the side. Towpath now merging with the river. There's the river there, which is overflowing and coming over here. That's going to be fun if that continues. Still not bothered. I'm happy. A nice sunset again through the leaves, and you just see the reflection in the river there. The road's beginning to dry up a bit, but the canal is getting worse as the floods continue. The water is building and building. We have no option but to stay for a fourth day now, although we do need to move because the boat's got to be back. And we've got 6 days to go, but you can see that it's coming through now faster. In the end, we decided to make a break for it and headed off. Managed to get through the first lock reasonably well as it dried out for a bit. We had a bit of respite. Here we passed a field of horses. They're not pulling the barge, by the way. It's just a field of horses, thoroughly enjoying themselves. Now it's stopped raining for a while. It's the first time it's stopped raining in nearly 3 days. Because the towpath was so full of water, Sarah decided to keep watch on the high ground as we moved this barge, which was blocking our way, to come adrift. As we passed through Somerton, you could see the flood was getting worse. This is the fields surrounding us, and it was getting far worse. You could see it coming over the banks. This particular house here, the guy had only just bought it, and quite rightly, he was worried the way people were managing the locks. We had to make sure the paddles stayed up, even when we were closing, coming through, because the water, if we closed them, the water was just pouring into his house. So that wasn't a thing he expected. And here we are, the last few photographs before we leave. This is our last. We had to leave the boat here. Rose Narrowboats, who we rented the barge off, did an excellent service. They came and collected us, even though we were 4 days away from the venue where we had to put it back. They came and took me to the car, and we were able to get off and get home. a lovely holiday, really. It was a shame it was full of problems with the weather, but that no one can account for that. Come on, Sarah. There's a good girl. Going home now. Thank you for watching. Bye.